Update 33.1 is now live in LOTRO, and in this video we're just going to look at all the patch notes and all the changes with this update. One of the bigger pieces of content with this update is of course the further adventures of Elladan and Elrahir, where we follow the brothers on their journey from Rivendell to Lothlorien. This further adventure storyline can of course be started with Elrond in his library in Rivendell. You find the quest and you start doing the 10 quests. As far as I know, it's a 10 quest storyline. You join the brothers on their journey, and if you then go outside the last homely house and you go to Celebrier, this is where you can collect your rewards. There's a new pocket item that you can acquire, the preserved Malloon leaf, but it seems to be bugged currently that the item is level 130 and much weaker than it should be. The level 140 reward is still level 130, so that's bugged as of right now. But of course you also have cosmetic rewards. I'm not sure if there's anything new because we already had the further adventures of Bilbo Baggins, but in the cosmetics we have 4 pets, there's a cosmetic shield, there's a bunch of housing items, so there's some stuff for people to get. This update also has some big Pvmp changes. As soon as you hit level 20 on a character, you can ride to the Ettenmoors, and Pvmp is now free for both Freeps and Creeps. You can enter the moors on a lower level character and you will get scaled to level 140, and any lower level characters will get automatic 25 audacity, but once you hit level 120 the audacity is going to slowly be reduced until you hit level 130 where it's reduced to 0. Like said before, a player playing as scaled will not be as strong as a level capped character. New items in the Ettenmoors. If you go to the item trader and look up audacity and task, there's the new tincture that will increase your effective audacity by 1 hour, available for commendations and also for mithril coins. And if we go to the bottom, it's the new task system that's added. You can barter for this against the enemy and then you can pick out of 4 quests. Basically we have the bottom one, which is battle task to the front. This is kill 5 creeps, 5 enemies. This will give you 10 commendations and a token of valor. And the other quests that you saw on this item are basically quests that require you to finish the bottom one multiple times. So you can put up the protect the frontier, asks you to complete battle task to the front 5 times for some renown and commendations. As well as this one, you need to complete it 10 times, you get some more renown and more commendations, and the final one requires you to complete it 15 times. So you can basically pick up all of these quests, and as you keep completing the enemies out of Angmar, killing 5 creeps, you will keep getting progress on all of these task items. Just another way to earn some extra renown while you're out fighting the enemy. Commendation cap has been increased from 15 to 20k. Monster play is now free to play for everyone. All the classes are free. You no longer need VIP for this. And the starter experience for monsters is just better. You get some early audacity pretty easily through some quests, and your starter skills are much better in the beginning. Audacity as a stat has been reworked. The max rank is now 36, and free players earn their audacity from armor and jewelry, while creeps can spend commendations to improve their audacity. As mentioned before, a lot of the racial stat rates have been increased to be appropriate for our current level 140, such as Friend of Man and all the other stat traits. The Treasure Bugan event will start on July 21st, so that will be, in this video, will be tomorrow on Thursday, and it will last throughout the 26th. And for those who don't know, the Treasure Bugan event, anytime the event is active, you can open a scaling instance, and the Treasure Bugan should appear chance for the Bugan to spawn is now 75%, a really big increase from 25 to 33%. So there's a good chance you'll see a treasure Bugan by doing an instance. As soon as you see him, of course, you do want to kill him to get credit for your quests. There's been some buffs to the Theodore Gorse's Lucky Feather to give you more of a chance for the Bugan. There's a daily quest that you can do to get you some Virtue XP and some legendary item rewards and some other stuff, as well as a weekly, or not a weekly, a once per event quest, which will probably be asking you to complete this daily quest a few times in order to get some more rewards, some Virtue XP, some legendary item rewards, and other stuff. The Brawler class had some big changes with this update, especially to the tank line. I've covered these changes in depth in a previous beta video, so in this video I'm just going to go through the changes really quickly just to show the main changes. Fist of the Valor got a big damage increase and should now be worth using in your rotation. Follow Me has been changed from an attack speed buff, and now it's a group run speed buff, 15 seconds, 20% run speed increase. The Brawler taunts have been buffed as they should. Rash Invitation's range has been increased to 40 meters. Come At Me has more targets, longer duration, and will now actually produce metal when being used at no targets like this. Weather Blows has received a rework. It no longer has the heal, but it now sets your damage to 29% incoming damage, ignoring all other effects and modifiers. And if you use Weather Blows with full metal, your incoming damage will be set to 20% for 15 seconds, which makes this probably the Brawler's strongest cooldown, reduced 80% of incoming damage, only taking 20% incoming damage for 15 seconds. The heal from Weather Blows has been moved to the skill Bracing Guard. Bracing Guard now restores 35% of max morale. The capstone trait in Blue Line, Gut Punch, has been reworked. This skill now has a plus 20 target incoming damage buff for 20 seconds. So if being used on a target, use Gut Punch on the dummy. For 20 seconds, it takes plus 20% target incoming damage. Really strong buff. And also Gut Punch has a short cooldown, but when being used on a target, it'll get the Wary immunity for 1 minute and 10 seconds after the debuff wears off, so you will not be able to spam this on the same target. You can, however, if there's multiple targets, Gut Punch on this target, then a few seconds later, Gut Punch on this target, just keep switching targets, and whenever the immunity wears off, you can then use it again on this target. But really strong buff for Brawler support. Brawler also had some animations being shorter. They had some new icons being added for skills. Most of the group buffs for Brawler now has increased radius from 10 to 15 meters. And also most of the buffs will affect raid members, so it's raid wide. The Vulnerable effect has been buffed from 1% to 3% as a base value. The icon is new. The Iron Will skill has been changed. It is no longer a self cooldown reducing your taking damage, but is now a plus 30% damage buff to all members within 15 meters. It says Fellowship, but it should be raid wide. It has the same animation, the same cool looking blue bubble, but it now buffs your allies instead of buffing yourself. Also, as mentioned before, the Relic Masters are now totally gone from the game. And I'm afraid to say, if you have any shards or old relics, they are now pretty much useless. New change: every time you kill something, you get a message in the chat. Progress has been added to the reward track. Same thing happens if you use a heritage rune. Progress has been added to the reward track. And speaking of heritage runes, last week I did HOR on my hunter, but as of this update, these will no longer drop in instances. As mentioned before, if you play on a raid on landscape, you will no longer get the benefit of the open tapping system. So if you're playing with friends on landscape, you're better off going with a fellowship at the maximum. Slayer and skill deed boost have now also been increased to last for 6 hours. In City de Nesad, there's Steep Set. There's still the Hidden Horde raid reward vendor, but you can now vendor directly items depending on the tier that you have completed your deed on. So a lot of new embers to barter for directly with embers. And I'm just going to put the patch notes here. You can see here at the bottom what you can get for the different tiers. There's been some changes to the tactical mitigation values on some stuff, such as some minstrel buffs, and also the essences have changed. This is the Bismit and Tactical Mit before the update, and as you can see, after the update, the tactical mitigation got nerfed by a couple of thousand, while the physical mitigation got buffed. I also wanted to mention the supporter packs that are being introduced. Basically, if you want to buy some LOTRO points, you can also get some rewards along with it. There's some cool cosmetics and some frames that you can earn. There's the Rivendell Simple Supporter Pack. 3,500 LOTRO points is what you get, as well as these other rewards. As you can see, there's some cool frames. Here's the Enhanced Supporter Pack. These are your rewards. And all the way at the bottom, there's the Luxuriant Supporter Pack. 11,000 LOTRO points and a bunch of other rewards. So as you can see, there's some cosmetic pets, I guess, and cool looking frame. These can be found on the LOTRO market, not in the store, but in the LOTRO market. Alright, just finally, I just wanted to go out in the moors, see if there's any action happening. These the free-to-play changes. We'll go out and take a look. Alright, I have encountered my first fight. Seems like a lot of people. First day of the changes. A lot of action going on. Arkenstone. A lot of creeps and freeps. It's fighting it out. I can see a troll in the distance, a Grismo. See if I can infiltrate. Give a wave. Don't, no, I'm being friendly. Don't kill me. Katusha. Being a friend. Having a look. Nah, these guys have no honor. Trying to kill me. I am one of you now. I am a creep. Let's go, team! Charge! They're not falling for it. Don't kill me! I think I might die. Ah. These creeps have no honor. Well, seems to be a lot of action. I hear that a lot of servers are having a lot of players. And people talking about reaching player caps, actually. Yeah. PvP seems to be doing well, at least for now. If you like Lord of the Rings Online, there's one place you need to be. In every video that I post, you can go down to the description and join my Discord server. This will take you to the Ghynverse, a Discord server specifically made for Lord of the Rings Online. Here you will have monthly giveaways where people can enter and win LOTRO point codes. You'll also see whenever I post a new video, as well as stream. There are discussion channels for every class, for PvP, whatever you want from LOTRO. And there's also a best in slot section where you can find screenshots of everything you need in the game, every new gear that comes out, everything you need. Pretty much all the best items you can find here. And all the way at the bottom is my video archive. You can find all my old videos. But if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings Online, if you're a new player, if you're an experienced player, this is a good place to discuss and learn about the game.